Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Ardentree here, and we are back with the SMITE A through Z, this time taking a look at Baron Samedi, the god of life and death, and he is just the life of the party. It's really fun kit to play, really solid god. Now, this time we did actually play him in a role that I'm not usually familiar with, and we played him as a support, but he works out pretty well, and I know, and I've mentioned this in the videos in the game as well. But, you know, you'll be like, oh, Ardentree, Aphrodite heals, Baron heals, and you're saying the Baron can be a support and Aphrodite can't. Well, dear viewer, there is a reason for that, and that is because Aphrodite doesn't have the kind of crowd control that Baron provides. So with his root, it's a pretty straightforward and pretty generous skill shot, like not super narrow at all, and being able to apply that root as well as with his ult, just being able to pull enemies out of position, peel them off of your allies, and then getting the stun when they hit the coffin is just, it's good. And it's one of those that, you know, Aphrodite doesn't have that kind of thing. So yeah, she can heal, and arguably her healing is better. But Baron just has the rest of the tools that could really make a mage support work. So you still don't have that tank with it, which is something to say, but you can really do a great job of setting up those kills and getting things rolling from there. But really fun god, really fun kit. I feel pretty comfortable on Baron generally, but again, I'm usually playing him in a mid situation, so it was a little weird to be like, oh, okay, my abilities are not hitting as hard as they normally do. But all in all, really fun. And, you know, if you are enjoying the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we will get into the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Baron Samedi today. Hold on, there we go, I was all tapped. Now, friendly team is Camazot's Neath, Nuwa, Ratatusker, and myself. Enemy team is on her Huntbats, Hercules, Agni, and Athena. Now, we are going into the middle lane. And do I want this? Yeah, we'll go for a Protector's Mask. So this is going to decrease our damage that we're dealing, but also decrease the damage that we're taking. So we're going to be just tankier in exchange for not doing as much damage, but that's not going to be our goal because we're going to be going to the support lane today. Now, you'll notice that we have a new item here in our store. This is our passive. So with a Baron Samedi just on the team, everyone in the team gets Baron's Brew because we like to spread the drink around, have a little fun. This is basically a multi-pot, but it's rechargeable. It has 3 charges, and it's free for, or it's only for 150 gold. So it's basically like buying 3 multi-pots that everyone can get. And someone else took the drink. That's great. You love to see that someone paid attention to the Baron on the team. Now, our first ability that we're going to pick up is the Vivid Gaze. It's going to be 2 straight line skill shots that we can aim individually. And then they will, after a brief wind-up, laser blast in a direction, and if enemies are hit by both beams, then they will take 15% damage on the second hit, and have their protections reduced, I believe? Please hold. Yeah? Oh yeah, I forgot. We also, whenever we hit items, or hit gods with our abilities, we apply Hysteria, which is going to be a stacking buff. You'll see a little skull pop up on their head. And we get, like, our abilities will proc different effects based off of their current Hysteria level. And so with this, if we hit them, then we reduce their physical power and attack speed for it. Now, the second ability that we're going to be picking up is Consign Spirits. It's going to be a ground target AoE that we can drop, and if we hit a god, then we will provide a heal to our allies around us. So super easy. We just kind of get to throw out our abilities and provide a little healing. So it's a great way to pressure, great way to help with lane clear. Now, you may be asking, Ardentry, you just did a video a little while back on Aphrodite, and you said she wasn't a support. Why is why is Baron Samedi different? Well, it's because of our third ability that we're going to be picking up, and I promise we'll pick it up at some point. Ratatouille does pick up the first blood. It's great. We love to see it. But our third ability that we're going to be providing is going to be a skill shot root, it's going to really be why we can call ourselves a support, and there is that third level. So straight line skill shot, we throw it out. I think it's fun, something fun like wrap it up or something like that. It's a fun name. But if we throw it out and after a brief delay, like after a couple seconds, then the god will be rooted. So you'll see that little time, and now she's in a root. So it's a great way that we can kind of help peel, set up kills, and that is kind of the main reason why Baron can actually be played in the solo lane, whereas a character like Artemis doesn't really belong. We do land the root on the Athena just because she's kind of an easy target, honestly. We'll get the on her with the Consigned Spirits. We're going to go ahead and get our Med Cloak popping just to kind of get those heals. We do land it up, so that is something fun, which is... Oh, hello, Hunbets. Hello. Favorite girl, I will try and help. Unfortunately, she's stunned, but she does backflip out. I'm taking quite a bit of damage. I'm just gonna... Where did that go? What? We are incredibly low. I don't know what happened to that root. They're gonna try and engage on this, are they? We do get the root on the Hunbats, and we're able to back up. Maybe? Alright, that was 15 HP. So, let me real quick start working on this gauntlet. But yeah, so if a god is above 30 Hysteria, the snake will also lash out, and you stand too close after 1 second. Enemies who hit by this are injected, which applies a ramp to root and deals that full damage over time immediately from our Rapid Up ability. And then the Consigned Spirits, its effect with Hysteria is that if we hit a god, then the friendly spirit that comes back for the heal will also cleanse our allies. It's a really good way just to provide that extra utility, just kind of, and rewards you for fighting. Now, he does go ahead and back up here. So that's totally fine. I'm going to put a ward over here just because I want to make sure we're controlling those harpies. Why is she warding there? I'm going to ward also back here since we're kind of pressed up a little bit. And we'll just kind of help pressure this wave a little bit. Let Neith get those last hits. Athena is coming in, so we're going to land the root. And keep working on this. Now, we haven't seen our jungle. Yeah, jungle's been kind of hanging out over in solo lane for a while, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do land the full shebang on her. We get taunted in by the Athena, but like with this Protector's Mask, we're actually pretty tanky right now. So like this is kind of how we're getting away with a lot of this punishment. We can, unfortunately, I expected him to kind of juke around the other way. So we did miss our route. The Athena does taunt the Neith in, but we'll get the Med Cloak going to keep her healthy. On her does blow his ult as well. I'll root you if you're just gonna stand here. Like, do you think I won't? We do get taunted, but I mean, we're totally fine. And again, I'm just gonna soften up these back archers while our Neith gets these last hits. So they did take this. Now, we do hit level 5. And our ult is really, really fun. It's the life of the party. So we're going to get on top of our coffin. And we will slowly pull gods in, kind of like this. And then when we make contact, they are stunned. Oh, I thought Camazotz was rotating in. That's kind of why I did that. Otherwise, we're not really getting much here. But we do just kind of continue to pressure these guys here. We do get the root on her, so that's great. Don't know if there was a ping for that, but it's fine. Yeah, and so we're chilling. Just continue to throw our abilities out. Try and soften up this minion wave a little bit for our Neath to be able to clear it efficiently. Now on her is moving in. We're going to follow up Neath's root with one of our own. And there we go. Now, on her is getting a little low. We do land the root, but unfortunately he's just a little bit too far back to where Neath can't really follow up with it. But he is hysterical. We'll get that heal there. Help clear this minion wave. Now, we do have quite a bit of money, so we do need to kind of think about backing. We both miss our root. We do have our ult, so we can do that. If we can bait him to come up a little bit closer, we're going to try and pull him in, get the stun. Unfortunately, it is going to not quite work out. We're going to get the root on the Agni, though. Now, we do... Yeah, I was going to say, we need to back off because I do not have anything here. We are very out of mana, and we are going to be taken down. Unfortunately, Neath, I don't think, has a backflip either. Where's our girl? She is jumping away. Ratatusker picked up a kill, so that's great while that all happened. And Neath got away, so that's great. Now, we are going to also start getting things like a Lotus Crown here. This is going to give us those protections whenever we do successfully heal a target. So that'll be great. We are getting some pressure here in duo, but like mid lane's doing super well. Solo lane's been going super well, so... You know, if we lose our lane, it's okay because we're winning 2/3 of the game, so that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and put my free ward over here just to make sure we're securing that camp. I'm not sure what Neath is up to, but since we have our Gauntlet of Thebes, we really need to kind of be rotating around and try and look for some of these kills here. Now, we do land quite a bit on this Agni. Unfortunately, Hunbats is going to take down our Nuwa in the process. But yeah, the goal is just kind of, we're going to rotate around, try and help out now that we can get this, and try and get some of these stacks. Because we need to assist minions. I actually accidentally auto-attacked that one minion. Okay. Looks like Camazotz is thinking about going back in. He's rotating off, so we are going to try and rotate in to help our Neath and come with a flank here. Hopefully we can make something happen. We miss. We thread the needle on both of them. I'm going to just kind of calmly walk away. We do get the heal. We're going to get our heal over time rolling. We do get the root. But our Neath is backing off, so we're just going to make sure we back off as well. We'll go ahead and med cloak for her. We do follow up Neath's root with one of our own. Yeah, she's just playing super far back, So if we want to hang out back here, that's fine. We'll go ahead and ward this again. We're just going to try and play in line with our Neath. We do get the root on her. We get the heals here, so we're great. Fortunately, we both just miss our roots here. I'm gonna go ahead and ult, try and pull this on her in. He does jump out, so we'll grab the Athena instead. Unfortunately, I am super body blocked in there and I cannot move. So we do end up getting taken down. So I'm playing pretty aggressive. I'm gonna try and... I don't know, I guess I just don't feel like I'm on the same wavelength as our Neath here. How's this going? Okay, this is starting to work out. Camazot's actually getting quite a bit of gold here. Alright. Now, good news is Catapult is in our lane. Honestly, I think we're going to go ahead and get that pushing, just to try and help us back them off. Nuwa did come in to help reinforce this push. She gets, looks like a stun on the enemy team. I am slowly walking towards them. We do follow up with a root. We'll get some heals going here and just try and calmly walk away from this situation. Unfortunately, this is still going. We do get that. We're going to follow up with a root. And we'll be fine. We'll back off here. That was a beat? Question mark? Unfortunately, Humbats is super low. We're not going to be able to quite take him down. Agony is rotating in. I'm going to go ahead and try and back off here. Get the heal. Miss the root. Pull him in. Stun in the tower range. Great job. All right. All right. Now Nuwa is rotating in. We'll see if we can help make something happen here. But we are not as high. Okay, hold on. Phrasing there. We don't have as much health as I would rather have. But they do pick up these minions. We can heal a little bit off of that. Looks like Nuwa is going to go for this camp, so I'm more than happy to assist. Unfortunately, we just miss our root on her, but it's fine. We're going to get a big heal, providing protections to all three members here in this lane. Here is pressing up pretty hard. We almost had a really strong engage here. They are rotating in quite aggressively. I am taken down. Nuwa, I mean, this is still going on. Nuwa does get taken down. It looks like Camazot's is going to fall as well. They're so low, we just can't quite finish off this damage. And, yeah, Neath is going to be taken down as well. All right. This is fine. We're going to go ahead. They have quite a bit of physical, so I am going to actually focus on, where is it? Yeah, I'm going to actually work on a Contagion instead of a Pestilence, because this is going to give us extra physical protection, which is kind of the bulk of what they have. So we need 1,000 gold for that. That's fine. Looks like Ratatusker is going in on this Huntbats. Nuwa does get the Huntbats low, and Ratatusker is able to help finish off the kill. That's great. This Ratatusker is beefy, sitting at level 17. Honestly, if we want to go for this, I'm willing to help. Now, our PvE is not as good as our PvP because our healing is based off whether or not we hit a god. I'm going to go ahead and Med Cloak here just to try and keep this Ratatusker alive. Get our regen rolling, and we are set. Just get this for the free money that it is. Again, with this mask, I do not do damage. That is not what we're here for. We'll go ahead and rotate and grab that and try and see if we can help this Camazotz with anything. Neath is going to farm. We are going to hit level 11. That's fine. We'll let Neath farm. She is getting kind of behind, so we'll try and let her have that solo farm. We do see the on her here on this rotation, and we're going to try and ping a bunch that he is coming in. We're going to go ahead and ult just to pull him in and make sure she doesn't, the on her doesn't rotate too hard in on this Neath. And we are going to make sure she is taken, or the rat's taken down. There we go. Words. We do have a pretty big minion wave pressing into this. That was a really greatly timed ult. Another good taunt, so I'm trying to see if I could root anyone to help with this peel. Unfortunately, all my cooldowns are on cooldown, so I can't really do much here. The taunt is going to pull me back in, and I am going to be taken down again. Oh boy, this is frustrating. That's fine, though. Ratatusker does pick up a kill. He is just going in. And honestly, I mean, good on him. He worked for that advantage. He worked for those 10 kills. This is ridiculous. Okay. Now, we do have enough money to go ahead and get this contagion here, so that's going to be great. Let's see, what else can we get here to help? I think I'm actually going to work on this Pride win here just to get that big old shield after we finish casting our ult. And we're going to pick up a couple words here just to keep those rolling. Now, we do have our gauntlet fully stacked, so that's great. We're going to get this Pride win, which is going to give us a pretty beefy shield after we finish getting our ult. And then I think my last item here might actually just be like a Magi's Revenge. They have quite a bit of crowd control on this team, so if we can punish them just for using their crowd control, I think that's going to be pretty significant. They are rotating in. Unfortunately, on her did go CC immune, but he's not immune now. Okay, so we don't get anything off of our off of our actual ult, but it's fine. That taunt was so long. But we're just gonna keep throwing out some damage here, follow up that with a root of our own, get the heal to our team. I'm going in, I'm trying to help tank this if we wanted to press this advantage, get our Med Cloak poke working and our potion. That's fine though, we do hit the root, so we'll go ahead and follow that up with a combo, get some healing on our allies. Ratatusker is going in. I'm going to try and help burn down this tower, maybe? Unfortunately, we do miss our root. Let's see if we can get the heal on our allies here, so that's great. We'll keep softening up these minions. We're not exactly going to kill them. Now, unfortunately, Neath was pushed up and might be taken out. Looks like Nuwa's teleporting. Or no, that was Ratatusker. I was looking at Nuwa's ward. Ratatusker is ulting to try and go in. We'll see if we can make something happen here. He is going to go ahead and ult in on the on her. I didn't expect him to jump in. I'll be honest there. We're going to go ahead and ult. pull him in, get the stun on her, and Ratatoskr does take him down. Now, these two are... the Athena is teleporting in. We're just going to get a point-blank root here, throw the heal behind us, and shoot him with them laser beams. Ratatoskr is going to be pulled in by the Athena taunt, but he just turns it around. We're going to get an easy root here on this Hercules, get the heal, but unfortunately Ratatoskr is just in so dang deep. We get taunted back by the Athena. We're going to go ahead and get the root. This is fine. We're just backing up slowly but surely. We get a point-blank root on the Hun Bats. Unfortunately, we did miss the heal. This is pure chaos. I'm just throwing out whatever I can to help. Camazotz does pick... Or actually, we stole the kill on the Athena, my bad. We're going to get... unfortunately, we land the root. There we go. It somehow worked. And we got like 3 levels off of that. That's great. We're just existing within our team, and it's working. If we want to try and go for this, I'm down. We'll go ahead and get our med cloak going just to try and keep these guys healthy. I can take this for a bit. Alright, it's beautiful. Now, I have 2,700 gold. I would like to back at some point. We do have another catapult ready to go. So hopefully we can get something out of this soon. So this is, again, going to give us quite a bit of production cooldown reduction. And then give us that beefy shield once we finish our ult. And then last thing is just going to work on this Magi's Cloak, which is going to protect us from CC. I'm going to actually get a Horrific Emblem here. I like this relic. I think it's super good. Just to be able to have a big AoE slow and damage reduction. Unfortunately, Agni is going to burst down our Neath quite quickly. But we're going to go for probably a Magi's Revenge just to cause them to take increased damage for landing their crowd control. We do pick up this root on her. He does go CC immune with his ult, so he is going to be able to avoid the root, but Nuwa does have enough damage to take him down. This Ratatoskr is just existing in the back line of the enemy team. I'm trying to walk up here and help and catch up to him. We do land the root here. I'm going to go ahead and try and slow him down and pull these guys back out of position, land the stun on the Athena. And we get her low, but not quite enough. We get the double root here and actually pick up a kill on the Athena. We are getting some good pressure on this Phoenix. Now, it is worth mentioning that while I am functioning as a support, we don't really... And the Ratatoskr is being able to initiate on the backline pretty hard and is being pretty tanky. I am not a typical support tank. So I am just trying to help with some self-peel here. If we want to go in on this, I'm more than down to try. Now, I don't think this is a great idea. I think we just back off of this pretty hard. On her is rotating in. Unfortunately, he does blast us with his ult, but we are getting some great damage here. I'm going to go ahead and med cloak as soon as I'm able to try and make this happen. And honestly, I'm just going to... Oh! We get the shield from the Pride Wind helping us stay alive here. And Ratatoskr does take down. Now, unfortunately, we're so low. We miss our... root, but we do get a good heal, so we can try and keep these guys healthy to pursue the chase here. Ratatoskr is continuing to go in. I'm just gonna not root. Athena was actually paying attention. We still managed to nail the root on the Hercules. This Athena is trying to peel me off and is going to be successful, but I mean, this Ratatusker is just going in. Like, I can't keep up with this. This is too much. If we miss the root, but we can get a heal. Unfortunately, we missed the heal too. We suck. Yeah, honestly, I'm down to just try and back off here. We have our ult in a couple seconds, so we can try and make something happen. But I think we proved our point here. We do have another 2,000 gold that we need to be aware of. I would like to go back and upgrade my starter item. I don't have damage here, so I kind of wish he would have auto-attacked that a couple more times. Hercules is pushing up. We're going to go ahead and land the root on the Hun Bats. But Athena is coming in. We do get the heal. I'm just going to try and ult and pull these guys off. Oh, Hercules does throw a boulder at us. Nuwa did ult in. We are kind of being tossed around. But with a beautiful stun into a heal, do we have enough damage to finish him off? Nuwa does get the root. Oh my gosh. We land the root off of the Athena. We get the heal. Is it enough to keep our team alive? Ratatusker is still going in. But I need to back off. He does pick up a kill on the Agni, and he is behind, in between the tower and the Phoenix. So now we're going to get the Lono's Mask, which is going to be giving us some gold if we're the lowest, but then this is also going to, we gain 5 stacks of Cowardice. Each stack is going to reduce our damage and healing output by 10%. And then as we get protections, we will then remove a stack of Cowardice and gain Bravery, which this is going to give us more damage mitigation instead. So we're losing damage, but our damage isn't great. But then, beautiful pickup there. Honestly, I kind of want to get this pushing, see if we can get a Phoenix for free. While enemy team is pretty much expected to be getting like a Fire Giant here soon. We are pretty defensively warded in here. We also can ward up here a little bit. But so as you see, with the protections we have, we're actually getting those full 5 stacks of Bravery, which is going to continue to increase our damage mitigations. And we did get the Magi Cloak. I'm going to do a Zoning Snake, which does make us CC immune. So we didn't get pushed in or pulled back in by... Holy cow. We're going to go ahead and ult, try and peel these guys off of our Nuwa a little bit. And you don't always want to just go right away with the stun. You know, you can try and make use of that peel. So like what I was trying to do there was, you know, pull the enemies away from our Nuwa in order to try and peel for him a little more and then follow up the stun. So make use of that kind of full duration that you have with that ability. Hercules is pressing up. We do land the stun of the root here. And we can press for a little bit of damage here, but like we are very tanky at this point. Now the CC immunity that we get with the Magi's Revenge does go ahead and pop back up right now, but it's on like a 70-second cooldown. We're gonna go ahead and get this root here and just try and cause as much disruption here while making sure we're peeling for our backline. Beautiful. Unfortunately, we don't quite get to follow up that. But also, meanwhile, we've been keeping them preoccupied here, and we're just about getting our right Phoenix for free. They are finally responding to it. I'm going to go ahead and ult here, try and pull these guys further out of position, get the stun on the Hercules, and he is taken low. Now, we do get feared back into taunted or to tower range. We're going to land the stun here, get the heal. And then because they had the Hysteria on them, we actually got the cleanse as well. We are going to follow up that route, at least attempt to. Nuwa does take down the on her, so that's fantastic. Ratatusker does manage to get out. We're just going to follow up that stun with a root and just keep him controlled, and that is going to be level 20. Now we are a little low, admittedly, so I probably can't take, like I can't tank this tower. We're going to go ahead and med cloak here just to kind of heal up a little bit. This Agni, I kind of expected him to juke a little bit, but he just didn't. Now we are taking quite a bit of damage, and we're going to go ahead and pop the Horrific Emblem, try and get the heal, land the root on the Agni as he's dashing in, trying to be a brave boy, and we're still here. I'm going to go ahead and put a word there, just to make sure we're paying attention to our side lanes. We missed the root, and I'm down to leave. I have very little health. I'm down to just back off. We'll try and teleport back and use our money to go ahead and upgrade our relics. So we're just going to go for the Cloak of the Aesthetic just so we can get that cooldown reduction. And then I really like the Emblem of Trembling Terror. I think that tremble is just really significant at just disruption. So how this is going to work is if we deal 15% of their max health while they are slowed by the Horrific Emblem, then they're going to be trembled for 1.5 seconds. So if we are doing damage and we're in a skirmish like that, 15% of their max health isn't a ton. It's pretty easy to get to pop off, and it functions like a 1.5 second stun. Now they are still pushing in pretty hard on this mid lane. They're starting to engage in, but we're going to be able to help peel this off a little bit. We do immune the taunt, but unfortunately, we do lose our Camazotz. Now I am just trying to help heal here as hard as I can. We do get the heal back, but I don't really see a way for us to get out of this one. We do get the heal and the root, and with 5 members on us, they do take us down. But honestly, lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. So we'll take that. I'm gonna grab a couple more words here. I'm just curious. Yeah, this Ratatusker's been insane. We do have another catapult here sitting on the left that we're able to use. But I think we should kind of defense up around this fire giant. We are up in 30 seconds. Ratatusker might be able to pick something up on this Hercules. Pressures him a little bit, but the Athena is going to be ulting in, so he's going to be able to get out of that. But they do time a really good stun there. He is continuing to go in, and unfortunately, they are all focusing the Ratatusker and not turning around to kill our Nuwa. So, like, that's great. She's just kind of able to free cast in the back now. He is going to full disengage. Nuwa is left, but does pick up the kill. Okay, unfortunately, Nuwa is taken down. Ratatusker is still trying to get out along with the Camazotz, but Camazotz is going to be taken down as well. I am going to rotate in, miss my root, which is exactly what I was trying to do. And honestly, I'm just going to try and pull her in, keep her in tower range to get the stun. Athena's taking a ton of damage. But honestly, really, really good pillar there, trying to help peel us off and slow us down. Team's playing well. Now we need to be careful. We have kind of been in, just kind of feeding kills for a little bit. If we're just going to posture like this, I don't think we should be looking for a fight. I really don't. I would like to kind of ward over here just to make sure they're not trying to sneak in a Fury. Now they do have their middle Phoenix back up, so we need to be aware of that, but it is low. We do have Nuwa back up and making her way down, and Camazot's just rezzed. But I do not like how far up this Neath is positioned. We do miss our route. We get the heal. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my med cloak as soon as I'm able to, and get the horrific emblem off. But unfortunately, we are just being taken apart. Now we do get the root on the Hercules, and the friendly team is going to be able to take him down. We're rotating back in to try and make something happen. I'm going to go ahead and ult now, secure the kill on that Hun Bats. Now Athena is stuck all by her lonesome. She is going to be able to get out, but that's a 1-for-4 trade. So that is pretty good. Looks like, I mean, I think we should be going for this. If we have the damage for it, like if our damage dealers rotate in, we still have quite a bit of time with the enemy team dead. I think we should be taking advantage of this as much as possible. Just throw out what damage that we have and get that fire giant. We still have another, on average, 10 seconds before the rest of the team starts spawning in, so we could sneak out this Pyromancer and be able to rotate back in pretty safely. Sure, we want to go for a Scorpion? Alright, cool. Now, I'm going to go ahead and back so we can make sure we get our full brew. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Neath is moving, so that's good. We'll go ahead and get this buff since he took it for us. Now, enemy team is back up, so we can't really pressure much for like any kind of fury. But if we can make something happen, okay, we did whiff our root, so that's a bit unfortunate. And they are pushing in pretty hard here. We're gonna throw that, try and sneak a root here. I'm gonna go ahead and ult, get a big pull here, and then a stun. Get that horrific emblem. Now, we do land the root on the Hercules. Unfortunately, we just don't quite have the damage to follow that up. I'm trying to help heal this. We do land the root on the Athena. And friendly team is behind us. I'm going to make sure we can kind of press in here. I'm going to go ahead and tank this Fury while we take this down. Now, I wasn't expecting the dash in on the Hercules. Now, Athena is pushing us in, but we are pressing in to Titan. I'm going to land the root. We're going to pop the med cloak just to keep this heal going. That's so much like that I can't control my character. But we do go ahead and pop the ult, get the secure, or like stun the Athena, and get the kill on the Titan. So that's great. Rattusker was still number one on everything. He was just going in. That was insane. All right. So pretty solid. I don't play a ton of Baron support, so it's a little weird to not be hitting as hard as I normally do. But it was fun. It was really fun to try out. Great job from the friendly team. Now, we did end up 3-5 and 27, so all in all, really good. This Radicata Tusker was just insane. So great job. So we did end up going for the Lonos Mask, Gauntlet of Thebes, Lotus Crown, Contagion, Pride Win, and the Magi's Revenge. Again, we went for the Contagion instead of a Pestilence because I wasn't concerned really about Athena's damage because she's Athena. And this Agni didn't feel like he was hitting super hard. It felt like we were controlling him really well. So I just kind of wanted to mitigate some of this damage here. But we ended up 31k player damage, so actually decent. I mean, it was a pretty long game, so damage numbers are going to be pretty inflated. Speaking of inflated damage numbers. But yeah, 31k player damage. Again, we don't really do a ton of minion damage, so it's pretty expected that it's low. Little lower than I feel like I normally do on player healing, especially for that long of a game, but, pretty solid. And we still mitigated quite a bit of damage as well. So, yeah, really solid. And I think it's just one of those, Baron works better as a support than, for example, Aphrodite does, even though they're both mages and they both heal. Because he has that crowd control, because we have that route to not only set up kills, but also to peel if we can land that. We have our ult where we can kind of pull enemy members off, our squishy targets, as well as set up that stun, which is not only, again, useful for pulling people out of position like we used a few times under Phoenix to set up those kills, but also like when they were pushing into our tower there, we were able to kind of help pull that team off of our backline target there. So all in all, I think Baron's really solid, and I've seen him function well as both support and at mid. Mid's just doing more damage. But that is going to be it for Baron Samedi. Next, we're going to be taking a look at Bastet, the Goddess of Cats. And with that, I will see you guys next time.